What's your name and what is Sundream all about?
Hey, I'm Ant. I'm the owner of Sundream Studios, a music studio based in New Zealand, but we do online stuff as well. I thought we'd have a little artist-producer interview with Justine here behind the camera. And so here we go. Get ready.
What would the process be like when an artist comes to you?
Usually they've got some kind of song title or even song written or some kind of genre or genre mix they're looking for. If not, we just talk about it, talk about their influences, talk about what they like, what songs they like, why they like those songs, why they don't like some songs. I usually lay down like a rough demo track straight away, just like a general kind of vibe, and then we get like a dummy vocal down. So, or it depends if we've written the song first. Sometimes we write the song straight, like to the beat, and we make sure the song is kind of bulletproof from, verse to chorus to bridge to structure. It's all open to change. I usually go away and sort of touch the music up quite a bit, and then the artist practices back at home, finalize the vocal, because the vocal is by far the most important part, so I want to finalize that as soon as we can. Sometimes we get the best vocal in the first take, which is crazy, I know, but it happens quite a bit. Other times we need to do like a take 30, take 40, take 50. Just depends, how hard the note is or if it's even the right lyric or anything. Once we get the vocals in, then basically it's up to me to just finish everything, put some stank on it, put some slap and bass, some keys, some nice shakers or something, whatever it needs. I send what I think is the final version to the artist, and then they have a little listen to it over a few days. I usually say take a few days because sometimes when you hear something for the first time, there's so many emotions, and so you kind of want to hear it for the first time and then take a day, and then you hear it and you go, okay, I want to change this, and I do that, and then I send it, and then just see if they want to do any more changes. If they do, sweet. If they don't, also sweet. And then voila, song done. I work for the artist, so I'm doing everything the artist wants, but I'm going to give my opinions all the time. I'm not going to hold back, because there's some producers that would just say yes, take the money and run sort of thing. But I really want to make sure you are happy as Larry.
What do you do to help an artist who feels nervous and make them feel more comfortable?
This happens quite a lot, where an artist will be nervous about their song, about if I'm the right producer, what genre their song should be, what tempo, if their voice is good enough or whatever. And it's fair enough, because these are all very valid questions. And it's scary because these are your song babies, and I know how scary it can be to put them out into the world, because I've put many out and some have done really well and some haven't. And so you never really know what's going to do well or not. But in terms of someone who's not too sure about, say, either themselves or the process, basically we talk until we figure out what kind of style we want, and we just keep trying things. We have a little joke or two, I like to keep humor kind of quite prevalent in the process as well, because sometimes it can feel like a massive world is coming down on you if it's not quite working, but honestly it's actually Hakuna Matata, don't worry, we're just making some music here and it's a good vibe. Being nervous sometimes is a good thing, because it means you care, and you care about the message, and you care about your vision and your artistry and life, I guess. So it's actually not a bad thing to be nervous, but the thing is, you've got to get over that step, over that hurdle, so you can get on to the next stage of either recording or your life or whatever. And if you just stay stuck and don't want to go for it, you're gonna live with that regret. So if it's with me, if it's with someone else, whatever, just just try do the things that you know you want to do and get out there and do it. And I'm here to help. Just make it feel chill, make it feel like it's coming from a natural place inside of you. Because in the end of the day, that's my job, is to get out something from you. And basically anything between these two speakers is what I care about in the end of the day, and how you feel about it. There are quite a lot of different ways I do things, because every artist is different. Some artists have a full song, full chords, and they know exactly what they want it to sound like. And then I'm like a minion for them. I just do it, and then that's done. Other artists have no idea what they want, and so then I give them a few options. I'm like, hey, how about this sound? How about this sound? How about this sort of beat? And maybe we could try the vocal like that, like that, like that.
How does the process work online?
Working online, so I've done that quite a bit, where the artist records their vocals and I do the backing track, and then I mix everything. For this, we need the artist to be able to record high quality vocals from home. So basically any condenser mic. Doesn't have to be the most expensive, but it just has to be a condenser mic that's half decent. Either I make the backing track first, or they send me their vocals first and go, hey, I want this kind of style. It's very easy if the artist knows how to record themselves, because then it's just a bit of back and forth. It's actually easier than you think. So I've got a PDF that explains it all. But what you got to do is get a little recording interface, which you plug the microphone into, plug your interface into the computer, and then you've got your microphone. You get a microphone stand, put your microphone on it. You get one of these things, which is a pop filter, which takes away the harsh P's and the kiss and the lots of percussive sounds. You want to know a little bit about Ableton or Logic, which are computer programs, which I can help you set up. Don't worry, it's not too daunting. It's just a few bits of gear, and it doesn't have to break the bank to still get that quality. I also sometimes have sessions with people over Zoom, where I kind of guide them while they're recording. And so if they're not too sure about a line at the time of recording, I can then say, oh yeah, let's do that again. And so it's almost like we're in the studio together, but we're on the other side of the world from each other. And so that's really handy if you want to do that.
Why should an artist hire a producer?
If they want a dope song out, first of all, to produce a song, it does take quite a lot of expertise, and most producers I know said it took them about 5 to 6 years to really get to a high standard. And so by all means, learn by yourself. I would encourage everybody to download a program, download a DAW, Ableton Logic, and start recording and just giving it a go. But again, you're going to realize the difference between those demos and a finished track is just like night and day. And sometimes when you're doing everything yourself, if you're producing it, if you're recording it, if you're writing it, it gets quite, you get just in tunnel mode and you can't quite see anything outside of it. And so having someone who's worked on loads of songs before, they can basically tell you, hey, this is working, this isn't working, we can try this, we can try that. My job is to make sure you're happy and that the sound coming out of these two speakers is fucking dope. And doesn't really matter too much to me how we get there, just as long as it's awesome.
When did you start doing this full time?
Full time. So I started producing for Amar Music in the States 7 years ago or so, maybe 7 or 8 years ago. And I was living in a caravan for a bit and just producing out of that. So I had like a little keyboard, my guitar, and then I'd go out and try, network in LA, and then come back into the caravan and make some tunes. And I started producing with Amar for a few years, and then got back to New Zealand and decided to set this place up, Sundream, and started producing with people, with artists, maybe the last 5 years. It's been about 5 years, and there's been a lot of different types of artists, from pop to rock to queer to jazz to hip hop, techno, house, comedy. We filmed a few movie sort of things in here as well.
What's the difference between a demo and a finished song?
A demo can take a few hours and it sounds pretty good. You can get it to around 60-70% usually in a few hours, but the last 30-40% usually takes a lot longer, which is kind of counterintuitive because you'd think, oh, you're almost done, you just got to do the final touches. But things to do with the mix, little trinkets everywhere on the transitions, on between the verse and the chorus, making the last chorus different from the first chorus somehow, even though it's the same exact melody. How are you going to do that? You got to add more vocals on the side. You're going to add a tiny little difference to the vocal in the middle. I don't know. There's so many things you could do. I think most people will be able to tell the difference between a demo and a final song, but most people wouldn't be able to say why. They'd just be able to hear it and feel it. And so all the tiny little things, there's about 50 to 100 changes that I would get from a demo to get it to finished. And all those things are tiny, but adding up together, they make one massive change. And it's like 300% better, sometimes even 400.
What do you do when a song just isn't working?
When a song isn't working, there's a few options you can do. You can either scrap it, you can walk away, take a little break for a while, go eat something, go play some darts, I don't know, do whatever you want, but just take a break from it. Usually a walk is good. You could also stick with it and be in the uncomfortable creative journey and just try a whole bunch of different things. If the melody's not working, change the melody. If the lyrics aren't working, change the lyrics. If the key isn't working, change the key. You can change anything, everything's up for grabs sort of thing. So if there's so many songs where an artist will sing it in the key they want to sing it in, and then we try it in 2 keys up or 2 keys down, and it's just like 100% better. And it's crazy, and it's crazy because everyone's got a different voice, so you got to find out which tone you're best at singing at, and which emotion, how the emotion gets out when you're singing in that key. So if something's not working, just try something new or take a break, basically. Because if you're just going to do the same thing over and over again, then that's insanity. So you don't want to be insane. So yeah, just try different things until it's dope. And that's it. Just try shit until you think it's dope. That's it.
What is the first song you've ever finished?
The first song I ever finished. This is a funny one because it's, so it was with my co-writer, Amira Gad, who's a prolific songwriter in the States. And the song was called Summer Coming. We wanted a summer song, some kind of summer happy vibe sort of thing, so we could kind of pitch it to TV, because that was something completely new to me. I never even knew that TV paid musicians or producers to use their music. I was like, oh, surely it's not that much. And then I realized it's a lot more than what you can make on a few Spotify streams. And so I was like, wow, this is a whole new world opening up. We made this song called Summer Coming, which was like a light kind of pop with a bit of a funky feel. And it was the very first song I ever finished. And to this day, it's the song that's got me the most TV placements in different shows. And that kind of taught me a bit of a lesson, just to like get stuff out there. Like you never know what's gonna happen. Like now when I hear that song, I'm like, oh God, no, you know? Like I'm like, oh, there's so many things I would have rather have done. I could change, I could sing it differently, I could mix it better, I could master it, but it seemed to be like these TV shows wanted it, so I was like, oh, okay, just get it out there. You never know, just chuck your shit out there, you know.
What kind of genres do you record here?
Pop being the main one, different types of pop, acoustic pop, dance pop. You got your jazz pop, your comedy pop, your candy pop. You get it, lots of pop. Singer-songwriter stuff, so a lot of acoustic stuff, sort of piano and vocal stuff. House music, because I love the dance music. A bit of hip-hop. We get a few rappers coming in here, keeping it gangster. Bit of jazz too. Not so many jazz artists these days, but you know, it's still a viable genre. Rock too. There's been a few rockers come in the house, and that's something that I grew up on, was rock, and so it's really cool to do a few more rock songs. But the main one I'm recording is pop, and so different types of pop, mainly for independent artists who are kind of more on a budget, because if you want to go with a really high-end studio, you'll be looking at, you know, $5,000 or plus. So I kind of try to keep it to something that you can afford, but something that still can compete with something on the radio.
When did you start producing music?
I started producing when I was about 14 years old, and I made blues songs, old blues songs. I heard George Thorogood, and I made a song called The Taxi Driver Blues, which is all about me being in a taxi car, coughing everywhere, and having a bad taxi driver day. Had the bronchitis blues, and my name was Tony T and the Tarantulas, but it was all just me. So that was the first time I started producing. Had no idea what I was doing. You know, I could play guitar pretty well, but had no idea about anything else, and just went for it. Kept producing for the next few years, on and off sort of thing in high school, just learning the ins and outs of everything. And then I started really taking it seriously when I arrived in Colombia. I started living in Colombia. I was teaching English, and I was playing music, and I was like, man, I really want to produce. I was hearing all these awesome tracks, reggaeton tracks, pop tracks, hip hop, techno, and I was like, oh, I really, really need to just figure out how to do this. And I spent pretty much every day for years trying to figure out this thing. It took me to a music retreat in Costa Rica where I met my mentor, Adam, who had a #1 K-pop hit, and he's now in a massive viral band, Sons of Legion. And he basically taught me over the next few years how to really hear things that most people wouldn't hear, and that the difference between a demo and a completed song, you know, is very different. But yeah, I just kept learning from him, kept learning from other producers, and kept just being obsessed with making a dope song,